Okay, so I said I'd get back to a couple of people on Facebook with my Chubb Battleship, predominantly to show them that I finally managed to make a key. Right, so I bought this Chubb on eBay. It was quite cheap actually. I got it as a job lot. No key. So I thought, well, actually, I'll make one. First time I've tried it, so let's give it a go. So I'm going to run you through the process. I do have to say serious thanks to Baldylocks on YouTube. He has a number of very, very good videos on stripping down a Chubb cruiser and making a key for a Chubb Battleship, which were hugely useful. I'll put a link below to the ones I looked at. Absolutely brilliant. So what did I do? Well, obviously I got myself a blank key, which I don't have a clean one now because I've left them all in the drawers. But anyway, blank key. I also have, let's have a look at some of the tools. I bought myself some nice warding files. Now these are lovely. I've got three. If it focuses in, there's a bastard, a second cut, and a smooth. And the reason I bought these was I bought some naff needle files from Screwfix or somewhere. They just weren't doing the job. Really difficult to get a good cut. Very difficult to get anything clean. So I bought these. I think in total they were about 15-20 quid. Not much. Brilliant. I also have myself a trusty permanent marker. That's what I use for the impressioning or marking, whatever you want to call it. And I got myself a digital micrometer, digital gauge. And I did that predominantly to make sure I wasn't going too far with the filing. So I'd measure it, I'd file a bit, I'd measure it again, and just to make sure I wasn't taking too much off at any one time. Also became useful a bit later on, and I'll explain why. So first thing I did was I cut down a key. Now as you can see, I'll put it on here. This is the first one that is pretty much destroyed. Now what I did was I started by grinding off the pin at the end, this end, almost right down to the bottom, so that I wasn't trying to move the bolt mechanism. I then started to mark up, and I'd picked this open, so it was in the open position, and I started marking it so that I was putting it in, marking it up, blacking it all up, putting it in, moving it round to the unlock direction, marking it all off, bringing it back again, filing it down. Right, a little bit of an add-in here because I totally forgot to do it earlier, and it's a really important bit. Baldylocks explained it very, very well in his videos, but I thought I'd better do it here as well. As you can see at the bottom there, when you are partially locked, you get this monitor lever kicking across the bottom. What that does is it means you cannot remove the key unless it is either fully locked or fully unlocked. It just won't allow you to do it. So right pain when you're picking, but that's what it's there for. What it means is that when you are in the locked or unlocked position, the monitor lever is over here and it hides up in this corner. So this is the first bit of bitting you need to cut. You can't do anything else because you'll put the key in, you'll kink it across, and you'll make a mark, and you'll literally come across to about here. That'll be it. So the first one you need to make is this one. Now I think Baldylocks said his was on lever 5. Mine's on lever 3. So you need to make sure you know which one it is and where it is. So, a bit about the key, or at least my first attempt at the key. As you can see, it's a bit of a bodge. I overfiled some bits. I managed to drill it and put some wires in to sort of grind back down again. And in the end, it was working quite well. I wouldn't say it was brilliant, but it was working okay. And then I made the mistake of overfiling yet another bit. And to be honest, I just gave up at that point on this key and took a bit of a break, and then started again with a new one. So, started again. I got another, and in this one you can tell that I didn't file off the bit at the end. And the reason behind that was I already had a former. So I measured using the micrometer, using the calipers, each of these pin heights, and then I ground down to within 2 mil on all of them. And then I started back again with the marking. Now what you can see just about on this one is what markings look like when you get them. Now you can see on the pin on the end, the bolt pin, that's what you start seeing when you move it round and you start pushing against things. Now obviously the bolt mechanism is quite a hard push, so you'll always get a mark on that. But this now doesn't have any marks on it, although it's a little stiff, but not by much. So it was really just a case of mark up, put in, turn, come out, see whether you can find the markings, file a little bit back. Sometimes you just get the one, sometimes you get multiple, back in again. One trick I've found is that if you're going deep, you need to be wider than the lever. Probably, I mean, the levers on this are just under 2 mil wide. That gap in the middle there is probably close to 3. And then the upstand ones can be thinner, because all they've got to do is lift that lever. But if your lever gets caught, if you're just a little bit too far either direction, and the lever gets caught trying to go down, then it won't do it. So you need to go slightly bigger on the downward bitting, lower bittings. So let me just show you. I'm going to go in. This could be interesting because I've not tried it on camera. So let me just refocus. There we are, and we go round. Ooh, I must be locked. And we go through, and it sticks a little bit because it's still not quite right. And we're open. And we go back again. A little bit stiff. There we are, and we're closed again. I'm really happy. It's little things like this that keep lockdown interesting. I might tidy this up a little bit more. There's probably a couple of little grinds I can do with the smooth, or maybe the second cut, just to sort of tidy it up and make it move smoothly, although it will wear over time, just with use. So I'm happy with that. Thanks for watching. Any questions, give me a shout.